Hello, good morning, good morning. Morning, good morning. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for price to move because we're stuck in this range over here. You know, the problem is trading this range, you're not going to get like a clean follow through. So the only catalyst now to any kind of move would be this London Open, but even with the London Open, it's still kind of sketchy. So I'm going to wait. Yeah, just like you say here, I'm on the fence is to wait for price to move away from all this or trade this. 1 minute looks good for a buy. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for price to move away from this. We might continue moving down bearish. It's quite interesting. We closed bearish over here on the previous daily. Right now we're kind of like a doji candlestick, but there's a chance we might get like this wick fill over here and start to see candlesticks move down like this and like fill up that range. So gotta wait. Look at this, like 0% right now. %0 there. See how to put this camera so it doesn't block. Yeah. All right, 1 minute. Let's see what's going on here. Got this like support area broke below. Go back in the 5 minutes, but it's too much. It's too much structure though on the 1 minute. But this looks like it broke below here. You know, the thing is doing like liquidity grabs, right? You got one right here and then you got one right over here. So buyers try to push it up, price push down, sellers try to push it down, and then price push back up. Trying to come back into that range. Very, very, very choppy area over here. Let's see if it can like dump, hopefully, just start melting soon. Want to see price come down towards like 41.88. Was a fake out to the downside? No, it's to both sides actually. It's to the it's for the buyers and the sellers. So right now, anything that's gonna happen here is gonna be like 50-50 probability, whether that price is gonna go up or whether it's gonna go down. Maybe it moves up actually, because it's very sticky situation. Even the daily time frame, you got like a support area down here, you got a resistance up over here. So only thing, if it moves down, it's a wick fill situation, but it's coming down towards support, and then you got this tight resistance right there. So you can even see where the daily is positioned right now. It could be quite difficult for it to pick direction, but hopefully we get something interesting happen. Maybe we might just get our initial analysis here play through. We've got that bearish candlestick closure first, and then get the daily to close bullish like this. Then that's going to be like a break and a retest for price to keep moving up towards like 4,400-ish. That could be a possibility. You got that 8 SMA catching up there too. But definitely price is a bit more compressed within this zone here. A little more barcoding. Yeah, I can see the build-up of wicks here too on the 4 hour. You can just see how it's compressing a bit more. Usually it's not the ideal situation, right? When you see price like move like that, it's not typically... I mean, the intraday time frame maybe can give you like some nice swings, like you saw we had one here during the Asia session. but just something to be a little bit mindful about. Nice little dump, like 160 pip dump there from Asia. Right now we're just flirting with the Asia lows by 42.01. Maybe just respect the Asia lows and give ourselves like some kind of an inverted head and shoulders here. The price starts to shoot up, break this resistance, and then fill that initial range. Initially, I thought in the morning that's the range that we could potentially fill over here. Like price would just keep going up. Because that's the only clean range that we got. There's really not much over here. This range is a little bit older ranges. It's from like yesterday's towards the market closure. So the only like most recent clean range was actually this one. So it could still be a magnet, you know, that area could still be a magnet for price, and price could be attracted to this zone here to push up. If anything, today we might see buys, but now we just gotta wait. It's wise to stay up below 10 level, as the main HDF should be long anyway. I'm not shorting this. Yeah, that's true. Like, just gonna wait. Now this becomes that no trade zone. We got anything today? Any news? Let's see. We got ADP today. Got ADP and ISM services PMI. ADP is coming out there, but pretty much that's about it. So nothing really too hectic today. We just want to see price move. I feel like we'll see a run up to 42.43 today. Yeah, daily target would be like, we've already retested these highs once, like by 42.28. So daily target maybe like 42.40 over here by that resistance. You get close out resistance, and then we can start seeing price. It's Wednesday, maybe we can start seeing price on Thursday, kind of make a move up. Maybe Thursday, Friday, kind of make a move up, and then just consolidate again. As we're like waiting for that FOMC Wednesday daily candlestick to really push us above. Maybe we might even start to really push on Tuesday, as we come closer and closer to that FOMC statement. Let's see, gold's rally might face challenges next year. Gold's rally could be challenge if sentiment improves next year and asset allocation return to risky assets. While futures positioning is above long-term averages, it is well below its peak of the year, likely signaling less optimism in gold markets after an impressive rally since the beginning of the year. Investor allocation to gold could rise in a scenario of sticky inflation in a rate-cutting cycle. Let's see, Simeone also reckons that gold's demand from central banks is more structural as fiscal deficits have been increasing in the US. Emerging market central bank allocation to gold. Alright, interesting. Yeah, let's see. Gold, I mean, like, it's been such a crazy year for gold. Is it sustainable is a question. You know, it's like obviously not every year that you get in gold move like that. So maybe we go back to normal PA next year. Like 16 pip stops on 5-minute candles. I really hope not though. Gold rose to around 42.20 per ounce on Wednesday. See, moving back towards a 6-week high, supported by ongoing expectations of further monetary easing. Let's see, recent US data indicated modest slowdown in economic activity. The markets are currently pricing in a nearly 90% probability. At the same time, expectations that the White House economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, could be nominated to succeed Jerome Powell as a Fed chair further reinforced the dovish outlook. Dovish outlook on dollar, right? Investors' attention now turns to November ADP report on Wednesday as late September PCE data on Friday for additional clues on central bank interest rate trajectory. Just a lot of waiting is what I'm reading here. Gold edges higher in the Asia trade. Prices are likely to remain range bound until the Federal Reserve provides firmer guidance on its monetary policy. So that's the conditions we're flying in here today, guys. Now, at least up until like next week Wednesday. Gonna be a bit overcast. Hopefully with some patches of blue skies. Silver is close to $60, also enormous. Has even risen more than gold. Yeah, silver did good. Silver is actually at a place where it should just like reverse. Based off of previous data over there. Look at its buddies. Oh wow, it's bypassing its buddies here. Holy, that's a strong push. Because this is before where silver had its challenges. See, like pull back here, and then it also pull back there, and then here. Now we're like skyrocketing, man. Look at the monthly. Jeez, I wish gold looked like this right now. Silver is currently on the daily is down 0.64%, but then look at this push here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what we want to see of gold. Like gold coming into Wednesday next week. This is what I want to see. Above 4,400. So that's gonna be it. Silver looks like it's consolidating here as well. It's just getting ready for another move. Maybe a bullish continuation over there. Hey, welcome Jane. We have a weak dollar, so this should not go short, but I'm losing my will on it for the moment. The thing about price is when it's ranging like this, it's gonna have it can have quite an explosive move. And that's what we're waiting for. We're just not like waiting to catch it. We're just waiting for it to show us a direction. Yeah, this one, when did it start here? Pretty much from the pre-London session. The Asia was relatively alright. Asia moved quite well. Like pre-London time. Got a London build up here. Maybe we're waiting for an hourly candlestick. If we can move on this hourly. Because we have a resistance that's been formed over there on the hourly too. And if you notice on the hourly, it's starting to reject. So you got a few wicks over here. Some wicks building up. You got a resistance by hourly. It's like 42.08. And then for price to continue to pull up. That's what I like to see. And then that whole zone down there is going to become like a fake out. And this is the idea behind even the buy that we took yesterday. You know, it's like if you go on the 5 minute, you're going to see that zone was rejecting beautifully. You know, like right over here. Zone was rejecting really, really nice. Where price broke above, filled that little bit of a range over here, broke the accumulation highs by 41.90, and then, you know, at that point, price started to have its runners towards like 42.08 and filled up this range. So let's see if we can get a similar thing happen here today. I still a sell. I think it was pretty good because I got a fake out above here, some rejection wicks, some clean range. Shame it came up like that. See, consolidating and then eventually played out. That's our Asia session, right? Yeah. Then just like waterfalled. See, boom. Not sure what these entries are though. Like, if this is a consolidation break here, I don't. Maybe this is what you're looking, something like this. Fake out to move down. Yeah, definitely. Let's see this one here. Sounds like more clear to see. Well, you took it down here. Why did you take a sell down here? I think this was where the distribution started from here. This candle looks like it broke. Actually, I'm not sure if that's even a strong break. The small break, then small retracement respect to that 8 SMA, and then melted. Nice. It's got made this one work for you here. The sell ended in BE. Oh yeah, this was a. What is this? Was it this morning straight? This looks like this morning straight, I think. Yeah, that one had real good potential to fly. Beautiful breakout right here. Straight up profits. Nice one, nice one. All right. Now let's see. Let's see if price can break above. Break above resistance. Check out my setup while you're in Discord. Post it in the chat. Let's go, London. Oh, nice. Happy trading, everybody. Let's see your setups. Work and play does go together. Oh, nice. What is this? Oh, Black Ops 7. Black Ops 7. Got the monitors here. I'm making monitors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little watch list over here for the news. Pretty good. Pretty good. How you liking Black Ops 7? I haven't gamed in a minute. It has been a while. I think like when Battlefield came out, it was pretty fun. Everybody was on there. Man, I had to wait in line though, like 400,000 people. I had to wait in line for servers to let me in. It's really fun getting a game when it comes out. Then it quickly loses its appeal. Dude. Hi, the setup looks like it's the one for the Matrix. Do you see Gbpjpy USD? Yeah, GU is, what is GU doing? It's up 0.25%. At least it's moving more than gold is right now. Gold is seriously, it's dead in the water here. That's what the Chinese indicator is saying. And we got a weak dollar as well. Look at how weak the dollar is. Gold should just be skyrocketing, to be honest. But as we can already tell, there's a lot of waiting in terms of like these news events that we're waiting for. Today, next week. We'll hopefully get a bomber clot today. Bro, this trading thing is so hard. Lost what's that? $16,000 in 4 years. And after all this, I'm thinking about to give up. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But you know, like people lose a lot in trading is because they obviously they haven't proven to themselves they're like really profitable yet, right? But you don't have to lose that much. It's usually when you're chasing something or yeah, you really don't have to lose that much, man. I made like $500 work for me for like half a year. You know, so it just depends on how much you want to risk and if you're just chasing, you know, because if you can do it, even imagine a 10-year-old, someone who is not yet maybe capable of having their own money, right? But they're a good trader. They have the skill. They can actually catch the moves. Like that 10-year-old just needs to get of age, and then you know when they get a bit older into their teenagers, they start managing the actual fun part now, the money part. Start getting money for it. right? So that's how it works. You know, you first chase the skill. Like, you don't have to waste money on all of this crazy stuff. Like, if you got the skill, then that's all really that matters, right? Because you can start at 0 and like get everything back. If I start at 0 right now, I could get everything back. So I always thought to myself, like, man, this 500 bucks, it's gotta last me a pretty damn long time, because if I blow it, you know, that's gonna really discourage me. And I know it's not worth like having just a fun trade where it's like, okay, you made a bit of money and then you got lucky from it. Like, for me, it was more about sustainability, right? Like, everything I do is about sustainability. Even with my trading, it has to be sustainable to a sense where I don't burn out, where I can keep doing this even on my bad days, low energy, I can still do it. It's all about sustainability. But I get it. It's tempting. It's tempting. It is tempting to take big risks every now and then. I was in a VIP group with a 12-year-old kid who was doing great. His dad got him into a lifetime skill. There's a kid I used to follow as well. I don't know if, like, at the time maybe he was really young, and that's also one of the things that I'm talking about. He was like really young. I think he was on that show once, the Trading Nut. That was when the Trading Nut was also pretty popular back then. It was like in 2020. Nowadays, it's more like Wisdom. You got Words of Wisdom. You got these other guys in there too. Watch you live every day. Can you draw a pattern for buying or selling gold with profit and loss limits? Oh, yeah. Welcome. There's nothing. See, we're waiting. You can translate this if you don't speak English. It's too early to say until multiplayer ranked comes out. Also looking forward to new Blackout. Yeah, I used to be pretty good at a Call of Duty, Black Ops. But the fun thing I like about Battlefield is even the Black Ops players, they gotta like really adjust when they come to Battlefield. None of this like running and sliding. You know, those guys have some serious, and the ping and everything and connection, all that plays a role in Black Ops because everything moves so fast. You know, and if you get one guy, oh man, those players can be so annoying. But when they come onto Battlefield, they gotta adjust. Yeah, gotta bring them in the trenches, show them how a real war looks like. So I like Battlefield. It's a bit slower paced. Yeah, I stopped playing Black Ops, so I think it was like maybe a year or two. And when I hopped back on, I just kept getting smoked. So definitely the kids got really, really good, and that's when I lost my interest. But I only ever liked Call of Duty just for like the zombies, to be honest. Like zombies, you could just train zombies for hours and hours. Zombies used to be like really fun. Because it's just like patterns, right? With zombies, it's just like you get them in a pattern and simple. The Black Ops 3, I think it was it Black Ops 3? Zombies was like the scariest with the Kino, that map, Kino der Totem or something. And then the way like it used to start with a green screen and that ominous sound. Yeah, those are like prime Black Ops days. All right, Goldie. We already caught up on the news. Caught up on the fundamentals. Caught up on the structure. Now what? Now what can we do? Now what can we do, guys? What can we do now? See what GJ is doing. Oh, you see, Nvidia's been shorting, right, of late. It's still holding that support, that weekly support over there. But yeah, pretty big short here. Now like 17% from the highs, like 18%. Let's say about like 20. About like 20. So Bill Murray, yet again, the guy from the Big Short. You see, the guy with a track record over here said AI is a bubble. Nvidia went down 20%, negative 20%. From the all-time highs over there. Bill Murray. I think that's his name. But anyway, we got another range down over here. Below support. But I think for me, that's like the most key level, right? Like you got a nice little psychological mark here by 200. Fine, retracement, alright. Price had moved up. Doesn't mean it's a bubble. Just a small little retracement. I think if it breaks below this support, that's when you gotta start becoming a bit fearful. This support right here on the weekly, that's a key support area. Correct? And it's like, if you look at Bitcoin, we have Bitcoin over here. See, it was like the same thing that we said. If it breaks below 100K, it gets a bit scary because you get like a whole dump here, a whole clean range down towards the 80s. I imagine from having this triple digits here to double digits in the beginning. From 100 to 80. It gets to get a bit scary here. But yeah, people say they're buying the dip on gold. They're just going to keep buying the dip, buying the dip, buying the dip. That's pretty much the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin mentality anyway. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Doesn't matter if it comes all the way down to 10, 20K, to $20. Just keep buying because that's just what they believe. Bitcoin deserves to go to. But you know, it hit 100K, which was impressive. It did hit 100K. It came short of like 130. People believe this thing is just going to keep going to the moon. And it might, you know, it's nothing like 100% that it's never going to go to the moon. It's just quite reckless. It's like GME, right? It's the same thing that happened with GME. Like the people who do these things are like super reckless. Yeah, GME was quite sad over there. People went so in this thing. If you even watch the movie, what is it called? Smart Money or something like that? With Jonah Hill. Watch the movie. I think it's called Smart Money. That's basically that's the group of people that are supporting Bitcoin and things like that. They don't have financial literacy. It's just all about black swans, just catching black swans. Usually takes a lot of risk. Dumb money. Yeah, that's the one. Not smart money, dumb money. Gotta catch a black swan event. You know, like Nvidia this year was a black swan event. Gold was like a black swan event, kinda. A lot of pump and dump schemes this year happened with the Bitcoin, with the meme coins. But I think the main thing was Nvidia bull run, right? And also obviously gold, silver did pretty well. What's Tesla doing? So Tesla is slowly inching up over here towards like $500. Yeah, Tesla is still in it's still got a lot of room here for growth. Break about $500, go to like 1,000. At least it's steady. When I look at Tesla, all I see is Elon Musk and companies. When I look at Bitcoin, all I see is just hope. So you can see the sustainability of it here. I think like Tesla can still inch upwards. Not sure how far electric cars and the whole electric car industry is going, but you know, in the future, I believe it's a finite resource. So yeah, eventually something like this can really propel. I mean, Tesla is one of those companies that could be at the leading front of like electric cars in the future. It's not bad. It's not a bad outlook. You know, these are like 10, 20, 30 year things. Like you invest in them and you just forget about it, basically. Film yourself saying it will reach 200,000 and then once it's there, share a video and go viral. Oh yes, I'm pretty sure like people are doing that 100%. Like there's this one guy who said, just invest in one Bitcoin. This dude. And that was when I think Bitcoin was like really, really low. Right? And he was just telling people on YouTube, just take one Bitcoin is all you need, just one Bitcoin. And then now he made another video and he's in his mansion. He's in his mansion and he's got like this massive house and everything. Then there's this one other kid who recorded Bitcoin at like a crazy low price. I think it was like 30 bucks or something. But I don't think he actually had the Bitcoin. So he recorded a new video, but he still looked broke. Like, to be honest, he still looked broke. But that was the most viral video that I think Bitcoin had. The guy with the curly hair. He still has a YouTube channel. He still posts on the YouTube channel. Trying to see if I can find the video chat. I just don't know what to write. Yeah, I think that this is the dude for. It's just $1. Get some Bitcoins. This is him. It's like, welcome to my crib, MTV. Yeah, this is a lounge, you know, like to chill here in this lounge, go for a swim every now and then. Told y'all, just invest in one Bitcoin. But he said it's like, what, $1? He bought Bitcoin at $1. Insane. Jeez. $1? Man, man's a savage. Well, someone's got to get lucky. If you put yourself in a position to get splashed, you're gonna get splashed. You know, if you put yourself in a position to make money and you're always trying to make money and that's your goal in life, you get lucky eventually too. You're only gonna be right that one time. That's all you gotta be. Just right that one time. Yeah, this is a dude, Isaac Miller. This was when Bitcoin was at $111. $111. Look at that. It's crazy, man. This is what no execution looks like. You're gonna look, you know, some people are gonna look at trading and they're gonna treat trading like some kind of a hobby, and that's what no execution looks like. You know, that's what it is. You know, you treat something, you half-ass something, you know, in 5 years from now, maybe 2 years, it's all gonna be a memory. And it's just going to be something that, you know, you just tried. You just tried your hand at and, you know, you didn't go in. To be balling, you got to be all in. Right? Does that make sense? To be balling, you have to be all in. Man was not all in. 1 foot here, 1 foot there. Let's go. You see, if you go on his videos, it's like 10 months ago. You can see it's not the same thing like the guy who bought it at like $1. This should be Rolls Royce over here. Or maybe he is low-key balling. Who knows? Just not showing it. He's got the money in the bank. How do you predict gold right now? Nothing. 50-50. Love stories like that. It's like winning a lottery. Stealth wealth. Could be stealth wealth. I mean, if you made a lot of money, you wouldn't really want anybody to know, right? Because now, you know, the tax man's going to come for you, and I think you're always going to have more problems whenever you show people that you have money. It's never really a benefit to let people, you know, you have money. Unless you're trying to sell something. There's a lot more cons than pros. Mr. Beast bought a bunch of BTCs as a kid. That's what drove his giveaway videos in the early years. Really? I thought he just figured out YouTube. You know, the thing about Mr. Beast is that guy does not have a personality. Whereas, you know, on YouTube, people like more these personalities, more animated people. That's why girls do really good on the internet, because they're more like animated in a sense. But Mr. Beast is not animated, right? He's very like stoic in the way he speaks and the way he does things. So this guy's very analytical. It's very statistical. So the whole idea for him was, how can we figure YouTube out? And you know, in the beginning, those early years, he even rented friends and had those people kind of bring more character into his videos. But those are not actually his friends, but those are like his employees, and he would get really angry at them if they treated it like a job. You know, so this guy is very, very what do you call it, methodological about the way he approaches things. So I never knew. I thought you just kind of figure YouTube out. This guy has like multiple channels with tens of millions of subscribers. I honestly don't like his videos. They feel a bit too much, you know. But they do well, because I think majority population of people on YouTube are actually like children. And those children, like, they drive a lot of growth to channels. That's also why Mr. Beast content kind of looks like that. That's why you got like a lot of these family vloggers and stuff. They like blow up, like the Ace family, or I don't know who else is out there, but they like crazy blow up. I think my audience is like I think around from the age of 25 upwards to like about 60. Because, you know, it's like trading content. But it's nice. Nowadays, people are getting into trading quite early. Like 20-year-olds, teenagers getting into trading. I wish it was a case for me, but I didn't know about it because there was no content about it during that time, you know. But nowadays the kids got it. They got it a bit easier because it can start early, and they're more like moldable, and they're more easy to learn and gamify their whole experience. Like if you see what kids are capable of, like on video games, Fortnite, and all these games, man, they're gonna destroy trading because they gamify it. They don't approach it like a bookie. You know, a bookie will pull out his economics degree and all of these things. They're gonna gamify this thing. It's more fluid when you gamify things. It's a lot more difficult to approach it with a book. Alright, this thing is like gearing up over here. It's creating that inverted head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Boom, look at that volume coming in now. Come on, goalie. Just need to get out of the zone. Oh, Mr. Beast's content became too much like a traditional game show. I used to like the living in X condition videos. It's like a game show. It's like always leveling up. I feel like when you keep leveling up content, it eventually gets to the level of reality TV or like that game show vibe. If you just want to keep going up and up and up. Like if you see Speed now, if you see Speed, his videos like where he's trying to master everything from gymnastics to wrestling to whatever, it feels more of a reality TV show. You know? Gold is breaking out on the 1 minute. trying to. We got this really nice candle here. It's like 60 pips. Pump it up. Up like 0.07%. Come on, goalie. Yeah, very low. You see, trading is super about probabilities, right? So this is a very low probability area. And you can feel it. Even without like that much experience, maybe even trading like a few months, you know somehow intuitively that this area is going to be a low probability area. So now imagine that over a span of a few years. You start seeing where the hit markers are. It's a low hit marker here. You get like maybe 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. Then you hit up here. Maybe you start getting like a high hit marker, maybe like 70 points, you know? So I think like experience, like nothing beats experience. Like watching the charts over a period of time. Not feeling like you need to rush success, but just like enjoying the process. Because when you play a video game, do you rush success in a video game? Not necessarily, right? Not necessarily. Because you know it never ends. So, you know there's always a new prestige. There's always a new level. So you're just trying to get good at the game. You're just kind of enjoying the game and just trying to get good at the game. And get your achievements along the way. The little milestones, which are your funded accounts, which are your payouts. Those little milestones, you unlock new weapons. It's like you're going to unlock a new funded account or a new payout. That's it. But you know the level is always going to keep increasing those levels. But if you're chasing like the end goal, the point B, there's never really a point B. And then you lose the plot in the process of chasing the point B. Because you're going to start off your week disciplined and you're going to end it off by ruining it. You know, you're going to ruin it. Ruin it. I'm not a celebrity guy, but I always have a degree of respect towards Speed. Good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's definitely a good dude, man. And it's capable of so much, which is... It's actually crazy. How much that guy is capable of doing is actually nuts. Skills pay the bills. What's that, Joshua? Pips pay my bills. The problem is the relatives. Best to be quiet about it. Yes, you're going to pay tax. You're going to pay what we call family tax. You're ruining it. Stop ruining it. It's Wednesday. And yesterday I almost ruined it. I almost did a ruining it. Cause I took like a lot of... How many trades did I take? I think I took like 4 trades yesterday. But I felt really convinced about those buys. Because like the buys, price had to go somewhere. You know, the way it was, it had to go somewhere. Also, if you watch my previous video, yesterday's video on market structure, you're going to know exactly why I took those buys. If you watch yesterday's video on market structure. So I started off with a dub, break even, took a loss, and then managed to catch the trade that I wanted to catch. But I almost ruined it. I'm going to sell it in XAU from 42.21. 42.21. Oh, nice. Why are you not securing anything? This thing is getting ready to come up for you. You know, it's just building some time over here. So maybe you're going to trail your position here. Or you're going to secure 80% right over here. Where price is. And then just let the rest of it run. If it continues to come down, you can secure 80% and even trail if you want. Hey, yo, I'm here to enjoy the stream. Welcome, welcome. MKE Gaming. I got Yasin done for the day. Guys are like taking trades within the range. It's like about 115 pip range. Could this be a head and shoulders pattern? Looks pretty clear. Yes. Yeah, it could be. Mid 50s and retired to trade early this year. London analysis posted to Discord. Oh, nice. And I wish it was yesterday. Going to the balcony to smoke, watch it move heavy while I'm gone. When I used to smoke, when I was just when I used to smoke, there was this one time at the casino that it got a cigarette from this Chinese guy. It was like the best cigarette I ever had. Can't remember what it was called. We were on our way. Skills over luck, yes sir. Replicate skill, very difficult to replicate luck, yeah. Very difficult. Yeah, it's getting ready, man. This thing is, I believe it breaks above 42.12 here. We should start to see some movement up. Let me see on the daily. From the daily open. Gotta like fill up that range. Oh, wait, let's see. How was previous daily like? Previous daily, we didn't really get much of anything. Looks like it was just swinging here. Got one swing here, another swing here. So we still don't have any direction. Even with the previous daily candle. Still within these two areas. Okay, because I was contemplating maybe a buy here if we were bullish, but I remember the previous daily closed bearish. Take a look at an early London session buy off this accumulation break, but just gotta wait. Nice little daily break and retest zone over there. That's that support. It says gold rises as traders await US data. Yeah, just could be because of the news that we have news at 8:15, 15 minutes into New York session. That price might range towards that. It's just the ADP. It's all that it is. I generally hate getting lucky. A while back, I took a bullshit trade that hit TP and oh, you wanted it to lose so bad. Only need a lucky trades when you're down for the day. You're down for the day, you really like want to get lucky. But you know, you make your own luck. Like, even situation like this, with yesterday's fourth trade that I took, 1, 2, 3, 4, I wanted to get lucky, but at the same time, like, I knew I was following my plan, right? So it's still according to my plan. So it's not just all out gambling. It's like, okay, you know, I'm back to break even here for the day. I really want this to play out, but you're still following your plan. Even when you're finding yourself like maybe over trading, you still always got to follow your plan to the T. Because if the setup is not there, it's not there. Then you just have to bite the bullet and call it a day. So even when I lose, I want to win by at least following my rules. It happened like once. Let's see, this is, I think it happened to me recently again, somewhere around here. I feel like there's another day that I overtraded a bit, but I was still following my rules. Do you think GJ is turning bullish to continue the weekly trend? GJ is looking quite bullish there. And wait, let me see. We had that gap. It filled the gap. Price moved up. Yeah, GJ is like, if you go on the quarterly time frame, GJ is looking at some really nice bull runs in the future towards like these quarterly targets over here. The break above like 212. And then keep moving up. You know, this was already a quarterly target met on GJ, right? And once we hit that target, you can see that profit taking came down, right? So now we're done with this area. We've accumulated, and pound yen is starting to open up a bit more. So I think that's what it's looking at, looking to break above that area. So then this quarterly candlestick, I don't know if it's going to do it on this one. Probably on the first quarter of next year, we might see a candle close that zone. And then for 2026, we might actually see GJ perform quite well, because literally the whole of 2025, GJ has not been the greatest pair to trade. So I think like from next year, as start breaking those quarterly targets, then GJ is going to be really good. But yeah, let's see, it's like, it's still moving up here. Daily is up 0.30%. Look at this extension on the 1 minute. Eiffel Tower over here. Accumulation breakout too, little break and a retest. Very nice. Candlesticks is still smaller compared to gold. Like for example, this is only about like 5 pips. But that's relative to the instrument you're trading, I guess. You got like 5 pips over there. Alright, this gold's 5-minute candle here is like 60 pips. And then the small one here is like 26 pips. See, where's the smallest one? Some ones here like 25 pips, 23 pips. £1,288 made yesterday. Best day I've had. Nice one, Reese. Today's day candle also seems to be going for lower high, lower low. Oh, the day, what, the day? Today candle. Oh, today. Yeah, today right now it's for me it just looks 50-50 to be honest. Let's see whether it breaks above here. What about let's open up a new hourly candlestick? Man, insane. Even this candle couldn't make its way up. Because we got a support area here that it's still respecting, and then we got that resistance. Man, nice to see this thing make its way up. Let's see how it's gonna close. About 12 seconds. Red or blue? or green, or what a color this is. And it's closing red doji. Look at that. Close literally like how many pips is it? 0.1 pips? Like 0.2 pips. That's how indecisive the market is right now. Let's see if this hourly can finally move then. A new hourly candle. So 4 hour got a support here by 41.90. Not a lot of clean range on the 4 hour to come down. Gold rejecting 50 SMA like a brick wall in the 5. Let's see if the 30 can stop breaking above that 8. Yeah, that's that 8 SMA. They use it like a support. See, even our SMAs are all kind of like mixed up over here. On the 5 minute, 15 minute. 30 minute was only one looking kind of promising. Whether it breaks above them or breaks below them. Maybe it gets like a push. I was just wicking a lot. There's a different vibe from yesterday's trade. Yesterday's trade were literally on stream for like 6 minutes and executed. Today is one of those days where it just needs or requires a bit more waiting. Am I using TradingView? Yes. This is TradingView. London analysis. I may not need the liquidity at the FEG. If it breaks above the current 5 minute bearish zone, it could keep going up to take out the Asia high. Let's see, there's a couple of options. So trades today, break below FEG by 42 area, 4200. Price rejects FEG again. It could head up to take out Asia high. This gold on the hourly. That's where we're struggling here. Yeah, I mean, eventually it's gonna go either down over there, or gonna go up towards resistance. I was just waiting. What is it gonna do? I mean, the 15 looks clean. They got like 52 pips below. Hey, morning, Ricardo. They got 52 pips below 15. But the buys do look a lot better. It's like a failed, at least now it's like looking like a failed inverted head and shoulders. So it looks like small liquidity grab situation that happened here. As this candlestick is coming to a close, about like 35 seconds. So it's going to leave like a bottom wick here. How do you manage to stay disciplined? I just wait, because, you know, like, how can you not manage to stay disciplined if it's going to cost you money? I just respect money. I respect the process of making it. That's all it is. Without discipline, you can't achieve much. And also, I think like the strategy and the vision helps a lot, because there's a certain way that we want to see price, and when it moves, we execute without hesitation. So that also helps a lot, like having a playbook and a specific thing that you're looking for. But if you don't have those things, then even something like this is very tempting to trade. It's a result of being disciplined that I like the most. You know what happens is we fall in love with losses in the beginning, right? It's in the first year, it's like we kind of just want to lose as much as possible so we can learn more. Like, it sounds counterintuitive, but there was a point in time that I just wanted to lose. I would find myself putting myself in really bad situations just so I could lose. You know, taking these like these trades without many confluences and just forcing issues on the charts. There's a certain stage that in your journey that you get to where it's like you self-sabotage yourself, kind of. But you know, it's all a matter of like, how are you doing? Are you doing it like in a positive way, or like in a you know, some people like NPCs, right? They do things and they don't know they're doing those things. But it's good if you're doing it and you know you're doing it, and then like reflect on that and see like how can you always get better from it. How can you learn from each loss? So that's a really important thing, right? Just like a third perspective, because you're gonna have your habits, right? But you want to always look at yourself from a third person perspective of some of the dumb shit that you do, and then try and like learn from those things. So sometimes we fall in love with taking risky trades. Would you say the previous 4-hour candles were a fake out? Yeah, it kind of looks like fakey above here, because the candle broke above and then immediately came down. But this whole area is just a range. You know, in a range, you're going to see a lot of fake outs. They're all over the place, basically. Like if you look at one here, for example, look at another one here, look at another one here. And that also translates onto the higher time frames too, because that 4-hour section is also just barcoding. It's like right here on the 4-hour. Not much is really happening like what we had previously here. So moving more like sideways. Because if you look at the daily, even if you go up another time frame, you start to see how squeezed prices on the daily too. You got daily resistance and support down there, right? So you can expect a bit of aggressiveness from PA. Oh, nice. Look at this. We're breaking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Why are you running?
Slip on that bar of soap. Drop the soap, Goldie. I'm doing that the moment. Yesterday and today, not my best trading days. Gonna take a few days break. That's why you just gotta learn from them, right? Just treat them as learning opportunities instead of defeat. Jerusalem has come. Take us to Valhalla, gold. Yeah, there we go. The volume is coming in now. There we go. There we go. Trigger those pending orders. Trigger those pending orders, Goldie. Imagine if you could see all the pending orders on the chart. All lot size is getting triggered at every moment. The whole chart will basically look like this. Full of that line that you see on MetaTrader. It will just cover everything because there's like liquidity everywhere. Very nice. Look at that, like 85 pip drop there on that 5-minute. Don't beat. So you got Bogdan over here. He bought. This is the moment you buy, right? This always happens to people. The moment you get impatient and then you hit a buy is the moment that price decides to move. It always gets people at just the very last moment to do something, or maybe they close out their sell position or something like that. And then price gets a dump it. Sir, we are waiting for trade. Yes. We are all waiting for trade. So how do you go about it? Go about what? Can we looking for retest 4203 and dump down again? How do I go about what? Taking the sell? I don't go about it. I just wait for it to play out. I'm waiting for price to play out a bit more. I want to see us leave this zone. There's a new hourly candle, which is nice because the hourly can start moving here as it's breaking it. But if it fakes back into that gulag, yeah, that's not going to be good. After break the range, what next? Just watch yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream, we took a trade in the first 6 minutes. That's how a trade will look like when there's going to be a trade. Now there's still nothing for me. Patience, young grasshoppers. That I don't like what it is about the charts, but when things start to move, people move or get excited with that too, but it still hasn't done anything significant. We're only down 0.14%. This could damn very, very well just come back into the range. You're not missing anything. Like, even if it starts melting off, I'm personally waiting to catch it even lower than this. Right? Which sounds crazy to some people, but I'm waiting for it to come even lower. Then at least I'll feel good about the direction that it's moving. You know, even like if you look at yesterday's, you see as price finally starts to inch upwards, maybe you miss this entry over here. This is currently where you're sitting at, or where we're sitting at. And then you miss that entry, and as price comes up, you don't miss it. You can still catch entries because now it's showing you direction, right? And you see that how price just flows like this. So you're basically at that point A right now. This is the first stage. So if you take a sell, awesome. You know, it plays out, very nice. But yeah. At least now the probabilities getting something different, slightly different happen here. As price is trying to get below 4,200. Which is a psychological mark we've been playing with, I think, since yesterday too. Remember, we have 4,200 psychological mark. That's where price was rejecting from here, and then we finally, the sellers took over. Remember 4,200? Sellers took over this yesterday and price just dumped. Similar thing that's happening now. Sellers are looking to take over 4,200 too. I might see a dump again. Man, 4,200 was like, what a confluence this is. Look at that, right next to the wick. The wick break. Beautiful line up there. I held the sell for 2 hours. Now really happy it came down. 4,200 is huge. I'm waiting for sell to sell after a 15-minute close below. I'm still learning about discipline when having a funded account. I mean, just yesterday, after weeks for getting my psychology and mind right, tried to recover gold losing trade and lost lost more, around 1,000. Yeah, you can't fight the market. That's one thing. You don't want to dig a hole for yourself. Like, even if you watch the Rogue Trader movie, the old one, I think from the 80s, you gotta see what happens when you fight the market. You usually just dig in the hole deeper. It's like a quicksand. You know, the more you struggle from quicksand, the deeper that you go in. So just think of it that way. So you have to stop the bleeding. If you see any kind of bleeding on your account, you see yourself sinking, you gotta stop. You gotta stop the bleeding. Just be very strategic about like every trade that you take. And the thing is, you can only make maybe like 2 or 3 really good emotional decisions a day when it comes to trades, right? So you have to make each one count. Be very strategic. If you're already like losing a lot, that's one emotional decision that you made. So the next one is gonna determine quite a bit, because if you're gonna feel emotional and you're gonna revenge trade it, then you're gonna dig that hole really deep. Right? Really deep. Or you're just gonna call it a day and just stop the sinking, stop the bleeding. You gotta patch it up. At least you patch it up for a while, then you're gonna be good till you get to the next day when you got a fresh mentality. Right? If you didn't manage your loss, then that's a pretty big loss. That's the best thing to do. If it's a small loss, you see, then you can take another trade. Because you know, you manage your trade, worst case scenario, it's not going to be too bad, and you know, you give yourself another shot. Perfect. So you're up for the day. Now you're up for the day. You take another trade, let's say you win that trade, now you're break even, right? Like if you take a losing trade, let's say, for example. So even if you wanted to overtrade, you're still managing your psychology. It's different from the guy who's like losing here, and then compounding those losses. Because by the time he's on his third trade, it's going to be like super emotional. But you see, you still kind of have a level head, because you know you're playing with the house's money here at this point. So you could risk a 4th trade. That's what I basically did yesterday. I could risk my 4th trade and still remain disciplined, following my rules. Because you got to keep the psychology meter over here. It's, you know, you got to keep it at cool. See, you got cool and you got hot. So you got to keep it cool. You can't trade when it's here, when it's hot. Because now you're gonna tilt and you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna ruin it. You're ruining it. Hello, guy, anything taken this session yet? If anybody took anything, you know, that's quite impressive, because, you know, price is ranging anyway, so it didn't really move anywhere. So very difficult, very, very difficult here. This is a breakout that we all want to see gold break this area. Everybody looking at the charts and all across the world are all looking at this gold consolidation. We're all waiting for the breakout. Even you got Eskimos in the North Pole over there looking at a chart and speaking their foreign language, and we're all just waiting for gold to move. You know, this is the market language here. It's a universal language. See, when we see this, we know that this is not a time to trade. It's a no trade zone. I had attempted its first break. I was like trying to flirt back into the gulag there. We got like someone try to push price, because remember, the market's kind of autonomous, right? Even if you got a lot of sellers over here, if it still sees there's not enough orders to go down, then the market will go back up to try and fetch more orders here before trying again. So that's how you can think of these moves sometimes, as you could move the market theoretically. Even you could do it if you had a lot of money, but the market will always recalibrate if there's not enough like orders over here. See, maybe there's just not yet enough sellers in the market, because this is a point A. Like, this will be the inception. Maybe people don't feel like confident yet to sell, because this is the first move. Also, with the timing, it's not the greatest timing too. It's not like what we took yesterday during the pre-New York time. Like, if you watched yesterday's video on market structure, again, you're gonna know what I mean, right? If you didn't watch yesterday's video, then, as they say, if you don't know, you don't know. because, you know, I make those videos so I don't have to explain everything on stream. But this is a lower probability time, so it can be feeling a bit more risky. If you don't know, you don't know. How much you have real fund in your account? You can figure that out. If you just go on my spreadsheet here and you look at my trades and what I consider like a 2% or a 1%. See, the buy you took in the morning, I was looking at it and then instead pressing buy, press sell, rookie mistake. Oh, but I'm happy I actually got a W trade. Don't worry about other people's accounts. Worry about your own. Yes. Just worry about your own. Come on, Goldie. Give us that break and retest. Melt. Melt for us. Come downtown to Pound Town. The daily's still super fresh. Look at how small this is. By like 54 pips here. Needs to come lower. Need to see this thing melt. If this thing melts, it's a big enough accumulation to melt down towards the level I'm looking at. Right? So it's gonna melt from here down towards here. It's not that far off. And then set it up again. And then continue to melt. If that's going to be the case today, if like price is going to be moving down. I've just blown everything, so no worries now. Oh, man. Bro, I'm going to take a bath. Okay, enjoy, enjoy. Let's see. Retest an OB 1 hour and up. Where do you have time to take a bath? You know, you gotta like put the water on. You gotta get it all warm. Put the soap in there. Get your rubber ducky. Get your rubber ducky ready. Where do you have time to take a bath? I got like a high pressure shower and I like it, so I love it so much because it just gets the job done quick. Just get in there and get out. It's like a chore, but it feels good. Baths are so much admin. You gotta like drain it. Can't rinse properly. Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi? Come on, let's stop moving. It's flirting with the idea of reversing, but it's not going to reverse until it breaks above 4202. At least this wick right here. See, 15 minutes doing that break. You can see it a little bit clearer on the 15. Trying to hold like 4200, then this thing's gonna melt. If this 15-minute here reflips below that 4200 mark, thing is gonna melt. Got like 5 minutes. Gold's got a golden pocket. It's kind of creating new lower lows. Remember like what we talked about market structure yesterday? See price right now. What direction is this leaning towards? Start creating your lower lows, lower highs. Still moving down. Got a nice little break and retest situation here. And just respect that zone and then follow through. It's struggling. That's the last thing that you want to see, especially like, let's say if you're a seller like this, you sell, you got a stop loss in the range, and the last thing that you want to see ever is price do something like this. It says never a good sign. But instead of closing out here out of fear, instead of doing that, what you could do is you could reduce your stop loss. That's a lot better than closing out here, because if you close out here, then the candlestick can still flip like this, and then you close out too early. It's always better to reduce your stop loss. You're gonna manage your risk. Reduce the stop loss. Don't just close the position out, because you're sure that it's breaking some kind of a structure. And the market can be really annoying, because sometimes it can come like super close, and you've probably all like experienced that before, where it comes like very close, doesn't even break, and then just completely goes in your direction. So you always gotta wait for those confirmation, those wick breaks. Right? Sometimes you got an entry, your entry wants to be a wick break, you take a buy, and then it doesn't break the wick, and you're already in. And you're like, damn. Didn't get my confirmation. Now that's a waste of a bullet. That used to happen to me a lot with candlestick closes. What's that? UK PMI in 3 minutes? Should be affecting the pound or something else. UK PMI. The main thing Goldie is waiting for, if anything, is going to be ADP and ISM services PMI. I don't even see the UK, the pound PMI over here. Just got like Swiss franc CPI, which happened earlier on. That's it. You're probably looking at a yellow folder. I just disregard those yellow folders because they're just pretty much useless. Just clutter up the chart for no reason over here. Yeah, there's your final services PMI in 1 minute 18 seconds. I like the... Actually, let's see the Fed watch tool, if it moved to like 90%, because it was at 87. Oh, it's still at 87 even. It's at 87 point something before. That's come down 87 even. No change, 13%. Hike, 0% hike. The dollar is super weak. Come on. Like, gold is perfect to dump right now, if we go off base on negative correlation. Let's see what the ADP we're expecting. From 42K, we're expecting 5K. Wow. Greater than forecast is good for the currency, you know? So that means any number above 5K is going to be good for the dollar and bearish for gold. Another confluence. Because 5K is really low. Look at the previous data over here. When was the last time? Every time you get like a low number, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get a high number. But you see, we haven't had a number like as low as 5K before. So I would say there's a high probability that we're going to get a high number above 5K. if the previous was also 42k. So we might see dollar strength and gold bearishness, hopefully. That's at 8:15. So buyers still trying to hold 4,200. See how like struggling right here? Gotta add the bubbles, otherwise not much fun. Get a bubble bat. So accumulate. You see this? How it's consolidating like this? Those sellers definitely got to manage the risk by 4202 over there, because that's usually that's a warning. That's basically a warning, because I just broke a key level of support over here, and you see if it struggles, if it breaks back above, it's a warning to those sellers who got involved there by 4200, because you're gonna see like if a candle comes up like this, breaks that wick, it's gonna try and attempt to distribute back into the range. Nice little warning that is. So you know, a lot of the time you know you're gonna be in a losing trade, but you do nothing. So it's always good to learn from those situations. That's what you start to realize. Woods likes a good bubble bath in the book. Yeah, bath salts are meant to be good. Yeah, a lot of crackheads like bath salts. I don't know if like bath salts is still a thing. There's a point where there's a huge pandemic in the US with bath salts. Everybody seemed to be on them. Why do different trading platforms have different prices for gold? It's just based on their LPs. That's the reason why. So you're never gonna get like all the numbers be exactly the same. You know, sometimes I take a sell on gold and it looks like I'm taking it here, but I'm taking it here, according to my broker. Sometimes I take the sell here and it looks like I'm taking it here, according to my broker. You can even look above, like above the entry. So you're never gonna get like this exact condition that you want. Oh, you just sold gold? Be ready to see blue? You got an unnatural affiliation to losers. That's unlike you. But this is it. Like, you see, it's about to break 4202 over there. And it's got like clean range too on the 5 minute. It's like 60 pips. 4209. I sold, then closed to pull the market to go up. Yeah, this is why when price breaks an area of high confluence, that's why it also feels like that. Like you want to expect price to go down, but it starts like doing the opposite, because a lot of people are looking at this level over here. So it's all like psychological games, psychological warfare here at this point. You know, it could be trying to shake out the sellers too. You know, we've had these trades on stream before where it's like price kind of tries to shake us out and then eventually goes in our favor because I know it just gave some kind of a confirmation. So you just gotta, as they say, you know, until the old lady sings, the fat lady sings, you just gotta stick to your guns. You manage your risk. You preempt everything. And you know how, you know, when we take a trade, everything is preempted. So we know how when a candle starts to go against us, we have to behave. We know what happens when a candle is supposed to trigger us in, what we're supposed to do. You know, like everything is preempted. Like nothing is to chance from the moment that we get triggered into or get stuck into a trade. So that's what you want. Like you don't leave anything to chance. Like everything should be back tested and ready to go. So it's not about psychology, it's about following your rules. It's not about like emotions. Because sometimes people get emotional about certain things. And then you mismanage the trade. Because you don't have the data of how to react when something like this happens. But I'll know exactly how I would react if I was in this trade with a big stop loss. How much did it even push over here? At least like 16. It did about 30 pips. If I had a small stop, I could have gotten away with the scalp. I would use like 16 pip stop loss. Yeah, I got away with like, you know, a nice little 30 pip bang over there. 16 pip stop loss just above these highs. And then for price to move down. Nice little scalp. Like basically like this morning's trade. This morning's trade was like nice little scalp as well. You can even see like price moved up towards our target and actually reversed like right here. Because we've measured it out to be the safest that it can be. Once it usually hits like 16 pips on a tight stop loss, you kind of want to be doing something. If you got a tight stop by that point, like in this scenario here, it moved like about 30 pips. So that was really nice though. But you see, until it breaks above 42.02, there's nothing. There's nothing to be afraid of. Like if I was just looking at those sellers in this position, or whoever, like, because I'm not talking about the stream, I'm talking about just in general, like people just in general trading, because that was the only thing or change of variable that we got in a while since price was in that range. So they don't really have to be worried until price breaks above that high. It's only some people mismanage. They get out of the trade like right now, for example, and then start to see go in their favor, and they're like, damn, they feel like scaling back in because they're gonna miss on the move. Those are like small paper cuts you give yourself. You should not be worried. No worries, no worries until it breaks here. Then you should be worried because that's going to be an entry confirmation for the buyers now. So you see, you got to know your enemy. You got to know what your enemy is capable of, what your enemy is going to be thinking about. Don't marry a trade idea, but understand your enemy and you're going to better understand how to deal with them. Buy and sell at the same point, it should move. And if it re-breaks the lows, that's going to be beautiful for continuation too. By 41.98. As it already attempted to break above the high. So it came pretty close and then break above these lows. We want to see price just continue moving down. The art of war. Every day on the chart is a day in battle. Shouldn't we buy if it breaks up? There will be a probability, an increased probability of a move that can play out if it breaks up. So you're thinking about just in terms of probabilities, right? So there's a high probability if you take a buy here, you're going to have a winning trade. There's a low probability if you take a buy here, you're going to have a winning trade. You know, just kind of like my trade yesterday. So I took a buy right over here during pre-New York. A buy here because it's like, surely we're going to break that. We got a nice little shotgun confluence. You got perfect rejection wicks to the lows right over here too. Man, we got clean range. It's like, surely Surely we're breaking that high now. Perfect time as well. You know, this was around like 6, that's 6 a.m. over there. That's pre-NY volume, right? And then look what happened over here. Market did me dirty. When I saw this thing start to pull down, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be that scenario over there. See, 0.2 pips. 0.2 pips, because I saw we had two setups. We had the accumulation break and we also had the shotgun play. We got liquidated on that one. But, you know, I went in like half risk. I reduced my risk on that because also I don't typically would take like a shotgun entry. I would typically just take the consolidations. At the same time, I was thinking about my previous loss on the 15-minute time frame there, which was also a shotgun. You see, shotgun loss. So I reduced my risk on that one. Then I'm like, okay, so I got stopped out here, but I still think it's a pretty good trade idea. So next time we broke that area, then I just waited for the main confirmation, which should have been the break of the wick high from this accumulation here. And then that had the higher probability of giving me a winning trade. You know, that's what it is that I'm also like looking at here that gold is currently doing. If it breaks that wick. As nice little SMA confluence. You already got the liquidity grab situation that happened here too. Like, okay, let's just get a proper break. Off to the races. And you see from that position, man, look at the way this thing just ran. It just ran and filled up this range by 4207 over there. From here to here. Right? That range was around 138 pips. And consolidated, and then it pushed up again. Insane. This are like those simulation runners that we sometimes like find. Little simulation run here. And right now it's the same experience with that wick. Until it breaks, the sellers don't really have much to be worried about. They're like just chilling right now. It's like 50-50. Don't be a sitting duck. Where's my duck effect here? Looking very nice. Very nice. See? No, nothing to worry about. Sellers don't have to worry about nothing. Only until we get above 4202. They need to see this thing really dump. It needs to get through these levels so they can see that continuation. Head and shoulders pattern, the 15-minute. Oh yeah, nice. I see it. Got left shoulder here. Head, right shoulder. That's a volume that already started coming in slightly. What time is it right now? 4:43. So you're about to get the hourly candlestick here close. Roughly 15. I still is kind of like trying to respect this zone. So you close like a doji confirmation, like a doji candle here, little indecision candlestick. Just thinking whether it should move down or break these highs to try and move up again. See, sellers trying to push it down here from this mark. Got that 30 as well. Doesn't really have much of a bottom wick. It's got a tiny bottom wick over there. Saying if it reflips and breaks its lows, should get that wick fill. So this is a very crucial area for gold. You know, the thing is, like, we don't want to see it come back into that range. It's a very important, because if it comes back into that range, then London session may just consolidate up until pre-NY. But if we can break and distribute, we might have a chance of catching a sell down here. The 15 and 30 have no bottom wick. It's got a tiny bottom wick. Might be your broker. See Owanda? Yeah, Owanda's got a bottom wick there too. Very small. Like 4.4 pips. 15 minutes for 30 closure. Like the candle doesn't have to do anything right now. It could chill here for the next 12 minutes even, and then only start to push in the last couple minutes. Look at that accumulation though. Damn. That's like DXY on the daily or monthly, I think it is. Or weekly. It's trying to do that reversal. They're like, this is on the monthly. Say like DXY on the monthly right here. It's the same thing, right? Same thing that's happening on gold here on the 5-minute. See how fractal the market is? It doesn't really matter. I think it's just like higher time frames, you just want to pay more attention to the news, that's all. Because it takes longer. But I think like sometimes the technical is ahead of reality. And there's certain books written about this. There's one about 9/11 and how the market was already set up for an event like 9/11 to happen. So think what you will with that information, because you know the rich always get richer, and not out of the norm for things to be planned out like this. So I think like technicals are sometimes also a little bit ahead of reality. So you can already see the warning signals. Just like I've got a DXY getting here on the 5-minute on gold. Gold prices rise as investors wait for key U.S. economic data this week and more cues on Federal Reserve interest rate trajectory. Market participants are closely watching upcoming data, including ADP employment figures, ISM services, and PCE price index. According to the Fed Watch tool, traders are pricing an 87% chance of December interest rate cut. While physical demand remains robust, ETFs increased their gold holdings for the 5th consecutive day, adding 194,000 ounces. This marks the biggest one-day increase since October 1st. Come on, Bogdanov. Dump it. Very nice accumulation there to break. Oh, the distribution is gonna be lovely. It should be lovely. Hopefully no shock in the water. I'm not really seeing a shock yet. Seems calm, but it's choppy. Oh, just break some wicks. It's gotta break some wicks. You don't get nothing if you got no wick break. Because candles can close wherever they want to close. So we need those confirmations. So you need those confirmations. It's the same thing like yesterday. Candles can close where they want to close. Like yesterday's trade. That L, boom, take a buy here. No confirmation. But once you broke the wick, we got some confirmation. Always wait for confirmation. Always wait for those wicks to break. Alright, look, 4,200. Oh man, look at this, 4,200. 4,200 is still holding. Oh, this is getting intense over here. We got the buyers holding 4,200, but the sellers are really trying to hold this, breaking a retest area over here. The sellers have to hold 4,202. If they cannot hold 4,202, then it's going to be curtains for the sellers, and price is going to move upwards. So what's going to happen here? Can they take 4,200 or will the buyers? Oh, we got that 8 SMA coming in. Nice follow through on the 8 SMA over there. Maybe this is gonna be. This is like giving a follow through the field to Ronaldo to make a run for the gold. Right over here. That's what that 8 SMA is. So you got that kiss of death. What a beautiful follow through here. Balls pass over to Ronaldo. He's still got a few players in the midfield here. He has to get through these wicks by 4,202. Then this is going to be the goalkeeper here. That's going to be the goalkeeper at the height of that consolidation. Can he get the ball through the net? Facing a little bit of defense here. A little stalemate as they're passing the ball around midfield area. All right, we got a nice, still looking beautiful. The play is still in motion here. Hold. Leave your votes in the chat. Will Ronaldo make the goal? Will it be a buy or will it be a sell? Put your votes in the chat. Put your votes in the chat. Bet on your favorite horse here. This is looking nice. It's either got to get through 4,200 or break above these highs. Yeah, it's going to be explosive. What's going to happen here? We got a stalemate. A horse and Ronaldo in the same sport. Sui. Yeah, bet on your favorite horse. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's getting ready. Oh, okay. Not anymore. No. Oh, this game is just changing so fast. You remove the analysis here and you can see it. I think it's like these wicks. These get through these wicks over here. Right over here. Just slightly below 4,200. And then we need to get above that wick. Right above here for the buy. So you got liquidity. Good pockets liquidity sitting both in these two areas. Yeah, dump it. Let's see what the votes are. Big sell. Sell. It'll buy. See, the sellers are coming in. Sellers are coming in. The ball's taken from Ronaldo now. It's getting passed down the other side of the field. Heading towards this next point over here. Because now all of this just becomes anything can happen. Right? Anything can happen in between these two levels. So you gotta have such a low probability doing anything here. Because it looks bearish now. Then next candlestick, because it's a minute time frame. Next candle is about to open. Next candle, just do that. My bets are on CC, Captain Consolidation. Structurally speaking, this is like a really nice thing to see whenever you're anticipating an entry. Because you know once you get that break, it's going to be a beautiful break. or you're expecting it to be. If there's gonna be a shock, man, that's insane. That would be crazy because obviously there's a chance that price breaks and then pulls back down, but we like to not always be thinking about the boogeyman, because some people are always thinking about the boogeyman, thinking that there's always going to be a liquidity grab in any sort of given area. We just like to think of the market as making a decision, right? So if it breaks a certain wick, it's supposed to move in that direction based off that entry confirmation. So don't always get too caught up in thinking that you're going to become liquidity grabbed, because that's just going to affect your psychology. Because when you take a trade, you're expecting it to go in your direction. Su long will win. Ronaldo will score. Not gonna lie, by watching you, I learned to be more patient than what I was before. Amazing, Jared. Thank you. I think that's really good, because you know that's what makes you money at the end of the day, is waiting. You're in a industry where waiting gets you paid. You get paid to wait. Jeez, where is the volume? Loving it. It's going to blast. I think this is a perfect example to show you the power of consolidations. The amount of power that's inside of these things, they create amazing opportunities. And that's why I trade them. Let's see what the outcome is going to be. That's an incredible amount of power, because it builds a solid foundation. Oh, there's a nice little push over here too. But that's inside the gulag. Builds a nice little foundation, and then it springs. Wow, look, buyers starting to come in. You know what? Oh, okay, look at this. It's starting to pull up here. You know what? Like what smart money could do? To move price from this area to this area might be cheaper as price comes closer. I don't know how they calculate that, but this is what I assume that they do. They're based off the price and how much it's gonna cost them to make that fakey, and who's willing to buy there, so they can take the opposite turn based off the probability of it coming down. They could manipulate like a fake push. That's why I think like sometimes what a liquidity grab is, they can make a fake push because the distance maybe is not that big, and maybe it's like also just not as expensive. And I don't even think that distance plays a role. It also just depends on what kind of orders are sitting there, and all of these things. It can get super complicated. But if they push it here, gonna fake out these buyers, maybe like trap another buyer, another guy over there, and then take the opposite side of the trade and then squeeze them out. So that's how they play. That's how they play. I watched a documentary about it, about like these two hedge funds in two different countries and how they go against each other. Let's see if price is coming up here. See, you can't trade smart money, not as a retail trader. Habibi, where you from? In a theater near you. The 20 SMA and the 15 is coming closer to current price. Sheesh, look at the anxiety over here, because you know it hasn't broken any key levels. Heck, at least break this wick, you know, but needs to break at least this wick up over here for full confirmations. See how anxiety driven that the market is? Right now, it's like literally flirting with key zones. It's like the buyers and sellers here are really going at it. You can just see in the fluctuation, the volatility. See how the candlesticks are behaving? Look at the way candlesticks are behaving. It's a very nuanced thing. It's very nuanced. I think with a bit more experience, you realize that certain ways candlesticks behave before certain moves, right? Sometimes you can feel the anxiety inside of them. That like little way it's ticking. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get through it. Let's get through it. It's gonna stop out the stop losses here from anybody who's trying to manage risk on the previous sells. Remember, that's the key wick there by 4202. Because if anyone was selling here, they would need to manage here. Because if they don't manage here, they're gonna be eating a lot more drawdown. Or there's a higher probability they're gonna eat a lot more drawdown. Man, this is so choppy. Oh man, you see this? This is what I'm talking about. This is the beauty right here. That's our market psychology for you. Raw. It is like credit. There's still an early entry. Like, that's not it. Like, this, you don't want to get this wick. You want to get this wick. That wick needs to be broken to at least increase that probability a little bit more. See, now it's like inducing fear into anybody who's trying to get this kind of like earlier breakout situation over here. See how that candlestick just flipped back down? It's the art of reading price. You stick to a system long enough, you understand how it operates in different environments. Look at that. It's doing some serious psychological games on people here. It's making an owl. Oh, we just got the hourly candle too. Hourly candle just opened up. We got a fresh new hourly candle here. 58 minutes left on this hourly. Carter says it's an hourly wick. Hourly candle creating wick. Hey, Tetra, big fan of your work and nature. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it. Thank you for that humbling comment. What time? Oh, okay. There's something else. No, she is luring you into a long trap. Pullback is coming for the big drop. Yeah, remember, these sellers are still safe. They're still safe until that wick there gets broken. Because once that wick gets broken, there's nothing really standing in the way of price here. They just have clean range to like 60 pips towards like 4209 over there. You know, that's the thing. Because if they were taking a sell, the moment price, let's say take a sell over here, gives you a hard time, that's not what you want to see. Most of your trades are not going to give you a hard time. It's a good trade. Good trades don't give you a hard time like this. So it's only about, it's always about probabilities. It's not about Gbpjpy being right or wrong about, you know, if it breaks and then it goes up, or maybe it breaks and fakes out. And if you sample size this enough times, you're going to realize that that is a dangerous thing. That's insurance right there. And just like any good blackjack player will tell you, is like, if you can count cards and you know what the flow of the game is, you're going to take the insurance based off the probability of you losing a hand. So you see, it didn't break the wick. It's still coming down, still pulling down here. It's wiping out these smaller stop losses. If it's still trying to break that wick high. You know, getting in early is one of the things that really add unnecessary losses to our P&Ls. Always jumping the gun. Thinking you're gonna miss a move and then you get a whip for it. But unfortunately, it's not trending, so I can't take it. My daily bias is still saying waiting. If this said bullish, oh man, this would be perfect confluence there. Daily bias here said bullish for a break of the highs. Amazing. So you're still holding 4,200. How do these institutions or banks even move the market? Like, do they also buy and sell with billions of dollars? Hence why they can move the market. I always wondered that. It doesn't take billions of dollars to move the market. It just takes like, I think it's, you know, it's a mathematical equation. It depends on, I think it depends on how much, first of all, orders are here. If there's a lot of orders there, then they don't have to spend as much money, right? Because those orders will get triggered and facilitate that move. Because the problem with spending too much money on making a market move is you get slippage. You slip yourself, so you're actually losing money. So it doesn't make sense. You'd want to be incrementally getting into the market, not all at once. So billions would be too much. That's way too much. And the problem is the market has no issue liquidating even $1 billion. If you wanted to gamble on $1 billion, if you had $1 billion, you know, it will not have a problem liquidating you. It will just eventually recalibrate and then stop PA again. Chop, chop. Let's see. Looks like sellers are coming in. Still holding 4,200 here. 4,200 still holding nice. Nice and steady. Also, the sell idea would be nice because it would mean the buyers try to take back this level, but they couldn't. They couldn't. So it'll just look like, in hindsight, it might even look like pretty obvious to you. Like if you were backtesting something like this, it may look pretty obvious to you again. Like how that arrow is broken and retest, test it, and then for price to move down. A lot of the time we see these things a bit too late. We see them in hindsight, right? You know, we see on the 15 minute, maybe see something on the 30 minute, little break and retest situation here. That's a skill that you develop, is to see how can you catch it in real time. Because in real time, you have a lot more things going in your head. You have a lot more thoughts, the risks that you're taking, and maybe a few other things going on in there. Maybe thinking about taking a bath. No clothes, 1 minute above, no food on the table to take. No food on the table. Will this be a volcano? Volcano PA. Volcano strategy. Machu Picchu. Break above 4202 over here. It's building up. It's like a dormant volcano. Yeah, smart money is waiting for you to trade. That's right. We're just waiting for that additional $100 in there. Got one more $100 and we're gonna be good to liquidate. Is that a UAE accent? No, sir.
We don't do that here.
Wow, man! Look at the way sellers just came in over here. But we still haven't broken the wick. Oh, we're gonna break the wick. Break the wick. Come on, break the wicks. Look how close it got. So close. It's literally at the wick. It hasn't broken the wick. It's at the wick. Holy. Look at how freaking precise this is. It needs to get through wicks. Hasn't yet broken the wick. It just retested 4,200. Man, imagine how neat that price action can be. It can be so neat, right? It doesn't break those highs. It doesn't break these wicks. It's so neat. That thing moved like 100 miles an hour over there and it still paused right before breaking the wick. So neat. So efficient. You know, market's efficient. So whenever you're going to take a whip, you always got to look at your trade and see what could you have done next time to improve. Because there's a way that the market actually operates. It's not random. So don't fall victim to your losing trades. Just see like how your winners look and how your losers look. Yeah, how freaking close that is. And then back into the rate. Because this, you know what this does? Those people waiting to hit the buy or sell, when you got your finger on the buy or sell, when you see that happen, you hit a sell by accident. Because you think that price is going to move. Correct? You guys have been there. I've been there. Y'all have been there. And that's a market trick right there. So these market tricks that happen incrementally. They happen from the smallest of situations like this. It doesn't have to be always the most obvious thing. You know, there are always like really small things that also happen like that in between. That's why, you know, execution is just as important as analysis. Holding your nerve until you're 100% sure that you got your confirmations. Because it's better to get in late and confirm than to get in too early, in my opinion. Yep. There she goes.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Time to move, Goldie. Time to move. Enough. Games are over. Psychological warfare should be done. Just pay these people out. Just pay these sellers out. Oh, there you go. There she is. There she is. There you go. Confirm the entry now. You see what I mean? I don't need to take these things because I've been trading like for... Guys, I've been trading literally going into my 6th year. Do you understand how many times I've seen this? How many times I've seen these things happen? How many times I've seen these moves happen? For me, if price pushes too hard, I rather look to play the pullback because a lot of the time straight pushes are unsustainable. And that was beautiful because you saw the way it broke, right? It didn't break all at once. Also, recognize that. It didn't break all at once. It came, it broke, it stayed there for a few seconds, and towards the candlestick closing, then it pushed. Right? So this whole 1 minute candle here is about a 31 pips. It's distributing from this zone over here. And I think that was pretty awesome. Now it paid out the sellers over here. And that's TFX concepts. And that is a paper traded TFX concept trade. Right over there. See, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. You see this? It didn't break the highs. So I said the sellers have nothing to worry about until it breaks those highs. You got Ricardo here, got it. It's down 0.22% now on the daily. Very nice dump this is. Got beautiful SMA Kiss of Death on there too. See this? No top wick even. Couldn't form a top wick because of volume. It's a very nice play because you're kind of reading price action. You're understanding price action now. You're reading price action, not market structure. Market structure is showing us that price is moving down, but price action is telling us a whole different story over here leading up into those cells, correct? So your job was only to wait and sit on your hands because you get paid to wait. This is all 50-50 over here. You only get paid to wait. Are we breaking lows or are we breaking highs? That's all that you got to do is just wait. I've never been so invested in watching the 1 minute like this consolidation breakout. And it's nice, right? Because you know, like whenever it's in a tight range like that, there's a lot of anticipation for something to happen. You see the way the candles were behaving, like how volatile. In hindsight, you can't see it because they're frozen in time, but you gotta see it like when it's actually happening, like within this zone, because it's now becoming a high probability area. That's now becoming your point A. See, and I think that gives you like some really nice edge on what's to come. Usually like very nice breakouts. See, caught it, takes it, check the trades taken. Nice, nice. It was a tea leaf. Never doubt the tea leaf. How far will it go? Hopefully a lot further. Where will I have entered? Right here at the break of the wicks. This price are breaking these wicks over here. I think the safest entry would have been this wick. You could have waited for this wick. Let me calculate this. This wick was also fine, like 2 pips. Yeah, pretty much the same. That's like 2 pips. Pretty much the same. If you just wait for that wick to get broken, it's pretty much right there too. So yeah, just about that wick. Pretty much the same thing. Funny how close buys here for me. 5-minute close above, but 1 minute never closed.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Bleed, Goldie, bleed. I wanna see you dump it. Dump, beady, dump. Now it's down to like that 15 minute support. You see that was the target we're talking about like earlier on. Still had like some kind of 15-minute range over there. Just bouncing off the 15-minute support for a bit. Well, we should be seeing like some follow through, some continuation. I was saying at 11 past the hour, it will dump for a good 15 minutes, and it actually did. Oh, nice. Yeah, now hopefully it's just gonna keep this momentum up. Imagine it comes all the way back inside this range now. Or it's maybe gonna come back to retest the sellers over here. Gonna come check out if there's any more sellers, and then maybe try again, continue moving downwards. Because remember, like, the market pays us, right? It pays buyers and sellers. Like, that's what happens. And then it recalibrates to see if there's not enough orders. Maybe there's a lot of profit taking. It's going to recalibrate. It's going to go back maybe to see if there's more sellers, and then try to create new lower lows. So you got to try and understand the market. Like, stop playing the victim whenever things happen bad to you. You know, so you just got to see and make sense. And I think the more exposure you have to like live streams like this, and, you know, comments like this where people can actually show you and explain to you in real time, amazing. And I think that's gonna excel your growth, because, you know, nobody taught me this stuff. Like everything, or like 90%, or let's just say like, yeah, about like 85+% of what I'm teaching on stream is also just based off experience over the years. So it's nothing that I really just got from somebody telling me, because no one really tells you these things, you know. And when they do it in a way which is, for me, I don't like, because it's hard for me to prove a boogeyman exists. So it's only easier for me to base off experience and coupled with the way I look at markets to make sense of it. Are you still looking for buys? No, I was never looking for buys. Well, only if price broke above here, it would have been a buy probability. That's why I say this kids today, man, they're gonna like learn trading so fast, because now it's become such a mainstream thing. All these kids who get so good at Fortnite and video games, they're just gonna gamify the experience like this, and then they're gonna get really good. So I feel like in our generation, we're gonna see, you know, if you think about it this way, in the past 10 years, there's a lot more people who are millionaires than there were before, right? Because of the access to knowledge, you're seeing a lot more people becoming successful than it was the case in maybe, you know, the 2000s, for example, or something. So now imagine that now in the next 10 years, with all this information that's accessible to people, there's going to be so much more people who are millionaires in the next 10 years. Because, you know, it's all education. It's all knowledge. You know, the more you knowledge, the more you Lamborghini. Those hour candles say a lot. The more knowledge, the more Lamborghini. But people want Lamborghini and working backwards. Yeah, but hourly candles still got some room here. Got about like 36 pips. Just like retesting the sellers again. Just getting a few more sell orders in. Probably got some people got re-entries. Some small re-entries right there. See, I told you, chat. Like, literally been watching this happen for years and years. Will still daily bias waiting? Yeah, it's still waiting here because a price is not yet trending. Like, if you look at the daily it's not really moved that much. It's really like only 83 pips. Like a 5-minute candle on gold is like 56. Can be like 63 pips. This is only 77 pips. Daily hasn't really done that like daily volume yet. Bogdanov, yeah, Lord of Dip. Getting some dips in here now. Lord of the Dip. You can see it got stuck in that FEG I mentioned earlier. From here, we should get some direction either for sells or buys. GVF. That's my girl. Oh, you've been holding this for a while here. So you gotta reduce your stop loss just above that wick high. Buy your trade. This came literally right to the entries and dumped like 20 pips. Is that funny? Right to the entry right here. Then dumped like another 20 pips. It's not random. If the market was random, you wouldn't be able to have any result, any kind of a result. So this month I'm up like 7%. I'm waiting to see, and it's only the third day, so no rush, no rush. Gotta keep a level head. So yeah, we'll see what happens here today. All right, catch you later, Ricardo. I'm already teaching my 3-year-old to think of trading like a video game. Can you imagine all the gaming hours invested in trading? Imagine that. Imagine that. The amount of gaming hours people invest in gaming, they could invest in doing something that could actually give them their real life character a boost or an upgrade. People play video games for like 20 hours. You know, the average story mode AAA game is maybe about like 15 hours. Imagine people spend 20 hours, 40, 100 hours online video gaming. 100 hours, hundreds of hours. Imagine hundreds of hours put to trading, to learning a craft. Now imagine throughout a whole lifespan, you know, because we're playing video games for a very long time since you're young. Imagine how many hours that is. You're way beyond the 10,000 hour mark it takes to become an expert at anything at that point. Correct? Now imagine that in a skill which could actually pay you. Because when people game, they just game for fun. I spent hundreds of hours on Call of Duty. Yeah, exactly. Imagine like hundreds of hours, thousands of hours watching the same thing happen in different environments, in different contexts, over and over and over again. But you see, the thing is, this is where you have to be super careful, right? Is that you're learning from a solid foundation. Because if you're going to learn from a Fugazi foundation, it's very difficult to maintain profitability or even find profitability if that foundation is not strong enough. So you got to make sure that whatever concepts that you're learning, that you can somehow prove it. You know, somehow you can prove it with sample sizing data. Do you believe that trading is one of the most stressful jobs in the world? I don't think so. I'm pretty chilled. I'm pretty chill right now. I'm not stressed at all. Most of my trades are actually quite stress-free. So I think it's just a matter of like how you approach it. Obviously, if you're working at an institution, then it can be very stressful because you're not just trading, but you're liaising with people and you have meetings and all of that stuff. That environment can be quite stressful, especially if your job is to make money. So you can't afford to not make money. That can be very stressful. When you trade other people's money, it can be very stressful. That's why I think like you never should take anybody's money, right? Because that makes you trade very differently as well. So it just depends on how you approach it. If you overtrade, yeah, it can be stressful. If I take, let's say if I take like a loss on stream, and then I want to kind of prove to my ego that I can win on stream, then I take another loss. Now it gets really stressful. You know, when I'm trying to prove something to somebody, it's very stressful. But for me, I just stick on my lane. I take maybe 1 or 2 trades a day. I don't try to prove anything to anybody. I give 2 shits what people think about me, because at the end of the day, I'm paying my bills, taking 1 or 2 trades a day, stress-free. That's all that matters to me. You know, and you gotta find a way to make trading stress-free for yourself. Because a lot of the time when you try to prove things to people, it never ends up good. Like for example, if you got like a challenge, you want to like hit a certain goal for the month, and you know want to prove something, it usually ends bad, right? That's where the ego and trading that just don't mix. So it's not a place for ego. If you got an ego, then it's very stressful. You see that I leave my ego out that door. Whenever I come onto the charts, my ego is not coming onto the charts with me. And I try and keep my ego suppressed until the job is done. You know, like Kobe Bryant says, is the job finished? The job's not finished. What's there to be happy about? But you're up 2-0 or something like that. But the job's not finished. What's there to be happy about? You know, you gotta be Kobe Bryant stoic. Getting excited over every win and loss that you take. That's not how it works. That's how trading becomes stressful. When you have a short-term perspective. That's a long-term perspective. Don't think about today. Just try win one day. And then try win 1 week. Then try win 1 month. And then try win a few months, a quarter. Try win half a year. And then a year. And, you know, just take it step by step. Even a small win, like maybe if you missed this trade and you didn't take that trade, and you practice resilience because you said to yourself that you wouldn't take that trade, that's a small win. Now take that W with you. Just slowly build it up. It's like still hovering around the entry right over here. Still hovering. This is where the sellers came in. You see this? This is where the volume came in. So that's why it's having reactions right here as well. But it's showing again a potential reversal play if it breaks back above these highs. So it's the same thing that happened here when we broke that key level of support that you can see on the 5-minute, right? But now it's happening here on this entry where price the sellers were coming in. So it's showing them that reversal sign. If it breaks above those highs, like a strong break, could be coming in further for deeper for a pullback. It's like another warning sign. You see? You see this? You see? You see? You see? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. TetraFX is talking shit. Stop playing with me. Tell you guys, stop playing with me. The problem is the channel is not big enough. I need to show a Lamborghini. That's the only problem here. But I don't like that. That's like all such superficial stuff. Like even this podcast that these streamers go to and all that stuff, for me, just feel also superficial. But I guess it's a really good way to build a brand. It's a good way to build a business. But at the end of the day, you know, we trade and that's what we do. I told you. Warning them. Give them that warning sign. Like, hey, buddy, if I break that wick, you're going to eat some pips. Pip sandwich. Daytime traveler. Go rent a Lambo. I should, man. I should. Need to get these rookie numbers up. Need a Lamborghini. But I don't like that, man. That's just like I said it when I saw social media, I just said I was gonna do it like natural and with some kind of integrity. Like all that other stuff is gonna come later. Yeah, look at this. There's a distribution here now is to move upwards. It's filling this range. There's this running opportunity here. It's like that 61 pip range. It's flirting with that idea of that clean traffic that we had previously. You see that? And it gave you the warning signs. The market's always speaking to you. So you see it's come and mop this area up over here. So any stop losses were still holding. These greedy sellers, they're all mopped up right now. But the market gave them a chance. Like we mentioned, it gave them the insurance. Some people listened, some people didn't. It's nice having reaction of those areas. It's quite an aggressive one too. Sometimes price moves so fast it doesn't give you time to think. It moves so fast. You will know what hit you. That's why you should never use that's why you should always use when you're gonna use a mental stop loss, you have to close the trade if it breaks those areas with volume. You know, because a lot of the time mental stop becomes no stop. So that's the thing that you gotta be careful of, because you get very hopeful if it breaks and then it just keeps breaking, and then at some point your brain turns off. So mental stop becomes no stop and it can just keep going against you. So you got to have some serious discipline when it comes to using those mental stops. There's a way that price can come to your stop loss and you can anticipate whether it's just flirting to take it out quickly and then go in your favor. And there's a way that it comes. Remember that nuanced movement that we talk about, like we explained here on this consolidation. And then that nuanced movement will give you a hint of what it's trying to do. If it's trying to blast through that level, or if it's just trying to flirt with that level. You know, sometimes your stop loss gets kissed and then it goes in your direction. And you only get that feeling from actually watching the charts, right? Like showing up to a stream like this, for example, and watching it for, you know, a few hours, and then you can help my channel grow. And at the same time, you're going to learn how to trade. So, you know, I think it's a win-win situation here. When you're dropping the mixtape, why did you not consider a buy above it when it broke the support? What do you mean, a support? Buy when it broke the support. I don't know what that means. Are you mainly focusing on gold? Yes, mainly gold. This is all that I focus on. Like, look at how incredible gold has been this year. Like, it's just been moving. Like, we stopped trading GJ in April. We stopped trading GJ because GJ was moving so slow. But last trade on GJ was actually pretty nice. It was a nice dub. It was like 2%. It was a W off a consolidation break. But that's when we stopped trading GJ, since April. And we're locked into gold. And I think that was the best decision that I made this year, because now my P&L is up quite a bit because gold has been moving like crazy, right? And I think, like, if you see from last year, this 2024, we traded the whole year gold and GJ. The whole year. Up until December. Same with 2023. And also the same with the years before that. But this is the first year I actually chose just to focus on gold, because of how big the candles were and the amount of volume we have. Because this is not normal. A crazy amount of pips over here. Let's see if price can keep moving up. See if we can fill some of this range. But it's a shame because we didn't get a trending market condition for the London session like we had on Monday and Tuesday. Today is just kind of consolidated. Like, if you look at the London, right? Let's say get our kill zones. You can see since the London session here opened, maybe there's just one breakout that happened here. It pushed, I think, about like 30 pips and then reversed. And then there was a secondary move. So in essence, there was only maybe like 2 moves, you know, maybe like one move here if we've just been conservative, and then another move right over here. So you see, even like within that whole time span of the London open, oh yeah, there was also another move, the breakout that happened right here. But there hasn't been that many moves. The thing is, like, every hourly candle is giving you maybe 1 or 2 moves. So it's also good to know that to be patient, right? Not to feel like you're always missing something. Like with TFX concepts, do you see this hourly candle here? We're midway through this hourly candle, and that hourly candlestick has done 1 move. It's only done 1 move, which was this breakout here. So it's still got another move in it, another structural formation in it. So you can think about it that way. I think that's the best way to think about it. Each hourly candle, you see how it's still fresh? It's like 25 minutes left on it. This hourly candlestick hasn't really had it's had a couple moves, but it hasn't had like the move. Because the volume, the candlestick body here is like quite small. It's still like a doji. We're just having a bit of like, it's kind of a volatile day. Like spikes and then holding off like this. Whereas what we would ideally like to see is this, right? Like more directional volume. And that's why I was waiting for the daily to trend first. So we can also put ourselves in a position where you can even have prices just keep running. Because right now it's still not trending. It's like the daily is 0.08%. So low volume. But you can catch a few pips here and there for sure. These breakouts have been pretty nice. Like that breakout here was about... so it's about like 51 pips, which is quite still very nice. This one is about like 50 pips. Now it's trying to see if it can respect this area over here. That area is gonna hold. Because the hourly is still fresh, right? It could still extend. It's not overbought or anything. Like it still has more leg room to move up. It's got the capacity. We'll wait for confirmation. I'm calling it until for now. I want to see what NY does. Peace out, boys and girls. See you soon. Are you done for today? Me? I could end the day off here. I'm up about... say with everything, about 1.4%. With calculating everything. I could end the day here, but I would still like to see price move. While confirmation, wait for entry. For the London session, I usually just wait for the daily buys right here. But it's about, we're already heading to pre-New York, so that's not gonna work anymore as good as it does for this session. But that's why I think like you gotta watch the video that I sent out yesterday. You gotta go on my channel over here and then watch this video on market structure basics. And we speak about the importance of these times. Little whiplashy here. Taking out that area to pull it down again. Don't sleep on the sell. Resistance. No, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be doing back-to-back trades, because then you're gonna have this happen to you. See this guy right here? He says down again. If it's a crying emoji because you took a overtrade, then that's why you don't want to do back-to-back analysis. Usually like a few analysis in the time that you trade, because we can't just do back-to-back analysis. I don't think it's a good idea. Small little head and shoulder situation that happened here though. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder distributed. Like a tiny little accumulation, fake out situation here too. Let's see from here to here. Boom, boom, boom. Did it with like less candles though. Like a little bit of a tighter one, but that's distributing from there with like nice clean range on the left hand side. So you see those situations, like these situations, they kind of print slightly differently, right? This one's a bit elongated and this one's a bit shorter. That's quite a nice one here, and this is a much smaller one. But they're always going to take like different shapes and sizes, but you know, similar confluences that we like to see. This one had the head and shoulders in it. Then maybe you can look at that as a liquidity grab wick too. Above here, break of the lows, price move down. Also a little tiny liquidity grab that happened there on the 1 minute. as you can see it. You know, like all this will make sense to you if you know what TFX concepts is, right? Because a lot of the people, they only know what a fair value gap is, but they don't know anything else about that. So that's where the problem is. But you see, we got small little tiny liquidity grab over here. Nice little clean range, like a little mini one on the 1 minute. Very nice confluence for that general zone. You always look for clean range when taking a trade? Not necessarily. Like you see this trade over here didn't need clean range. Now it broke through because the idea is price can move without the clean range because that's a volume buildup. But if you do have the clean range, it's always like a bonus, you know, like for this buys that I took here, we had clean range. You know, look at this. We had clean range for price to move up. So we had the range from here to right over here. And then as price is moving towards resistance by, this is by 41.92, you have another clean range from here to here. So when you're taking a buy, you're kind of thinking, okay, so you know, where is price heading to next? Where is price going to be attracted to? So if you know price can move here with a clean range, awesome. You know, what happens when it hits this point? Where's the next point it's going to be attracted to? You know price is heading towards this next zone. That's going to be the clean range. Right over there. And you see how it hit it? So it's always nice to trade within the valley if there's a valley that you can be in. It's a nice cozy area, you know? It's like a nice cozy trench over there that you can just put yourself in. And it gives you a better understanding of where price is heading. You know, we spoke about this. Even if you go on my channel, we create posts when I take these trades too. So you can see like this is the position right over here. See this? Price is a magnet and it's attracted to levels. Or what was I meant to say? I was meant to say price is a magnet and it's attracted to levels. Yeah, sure. Then price was supposed to head towards this resistance by 42.08. See where it was right now? See when I posted it? And then see what happened. Can't make this up. Can't make this up, man. TFX concepts, come on now. Where's Architect? I need that meme. Where's that meme of that lady? You see? Stop playing with me. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. Yeah, but you know what I think it is? I think there's so many good traders out there. It's just the majority of them are not on social media. It's only the ones who are not that good. Majority of those guys are on social media, but the really good traders, they're just not on social media. So there's only a few people who actually do this. I think that's what the problem is. All right, meme car audio. See you soon tomorrow. What indicator to use for daily bias? It's called the daily bias indicator. It's free in the description box. Like, I can tell you one thing as a fact, bro. Like, in my whole year of trading, there was not a single mentor who's giving the value I'm giving here. Like, and the way that I explain it and the way that I show you the price before, after, and like doing this every day and like showing it to you, I've never had a mentor actually in my whole year show me like that. Because, you know, I post these things like literally everywhere. I post it here on my TFX signals. You can see all the trades. When we do our simulations, we do the simulations the exact same way, the exact same approach, using the same mentality, everything. You know, like, I've never had that. Maybe there are more of them now, but I don't know. But I've never had that. You know, so don't take it for granted. Like, just look and see what can you learn here today that's going to improve your trading on your next trade. You know, what have you learned here today? Like, what can you take away from all of this? Maybe what you can take away is insurance. I think that was the main thing, right? The importance of insurance in the market and how you can use that to your own benefit. Like we spoke about this position here and how it was still respected, right? It's still respected, so they were still safe, and how we talked about this position here and how they're gonna get a drawdown. So if there's anything you're gonna take away, I think it's gonna be that. Really good. Because you gotta know your enemy, right? You gotta know how price will behave when it's not going in your favor. Because that's gonna give you an edge for next time that you see a potential move that you can execute on. It's gonna give you a higher probability of taking a certain trade. Confluence, a nice little confluence. That reversal confirmation, man, it's such a nice confluence whenever you get it. That's why we said, like, on the DXY, it's kind of like setting up something similar here on the monthly time frame. So I broke below this little accumulation area over here. Like similar concepts, but on the weekly, on the monthly, a bit of a fake out, came down. It looks like it's kind of spinning. So if it breaks above these highs on the DXY, then it's going to start getting a bit sketchy for the sellers, because now price can pull up. It can pull up, fill up some of this range. You know, just the same way as we broke down BTC. How we spoke about BTC here on the weekly. When we said price, if it breaks below 100,000 psychological mark, it's got that clean range. Once it breaks through that wick, it's going to come down. It came down here to like 80K. Right? The way we spoke about NAS 100 when we've been doing this higher time frame analysis, how we spoke about that fakey situation that happened and how that played out, which was right over, kind of harder to see, but it's right over here. Remember what we spoke about when someone asked us to do analysis on this? And then we had that same situation. Let's go on the 30. You know, look what happened over here. Look at what happened on gold today. What is this? What's happening on the DXY? What happened on gold today? And we said that price is going to move up. NAS 100, if it starts breaking, that's a reversal confirmation signal. And if you go on the 1 hour, NAS 100 has clean range all the way up towards that next point, right? This is what we said. And you see that area there? Act like a magnet. What we say about markets recalibrating, coming back to retest the entries. These are all concepts we spoke about today. Look at that. Came back to retest that entry. That's where the buying volume came from. Those confirmations. Same thing we spoke about here on gold. When it came to retest the entries and did another 20 pip move to the downside. You see how that works? Also on a different instrument on a different time frame. It's all the same because markets are fractal, right? Came up towards those targets. Finally filled up the range. This is the art of price action. You say you can't read candles, you can't trade. No. Well, I think we're gonna do a simulation in the mentorship this weekend. Probably do it on like a Friday. Let's see, I got a gap on the 1 minute. No. Yeah, we're gonna hit up another simulation session. We haven't got any news. It's like 2 hours ago. Gold awaits US data. Still flirting here by 4,200-ish. Some people trying to figure me out. What's he gonna do next? I like that thing that Future said. Don't worry about it. But yeah, get the free indicator. I think it's gonna help you a lot when it comes to just understanding market structure. I should have actually mentioned that in the market structure video too. But the thing is, indicators are lagging indicators. So this thing sometimes is a lagging indicator, right? But in terms of just daily direction, if you're still unsure, you can see it still says waiting, yeah? And look at this. As it's waiting, look what's the market doing. Look what's the market doing here. It's still consolidating overall. It's still waiting. So I think that's really still going to help in terms of understanding if price is moving or not. Is that a one-time purchase for the lifetime mentorship? Yeah, the one that says one time. Exactly. What's the plan, brother? Oh, the plan right now, I got some chicken and rice in the fridge. And I think I'm going to go and eat that. And then touch some grass. And then I don't know, maybe look at a position for the day over here. I still wanted to take a trade, another trade. So we're going to see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to call it a session here, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Adios. Take care. Take care.